last year to investigate decades of unexplained aerial sightings in US airspace. Sophie Long reports.
Oh my gosh! They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west.
An encounter between a US Navy fighter jet and an unidentified flying object, or what the Pentagon prefers to call an unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Well, if there's look at that thing. It's rotating.
You are a coach?
Lieutenant Commander Alex Dietrich was an operational fighter pilot for 10 years. She was with 3 other pilots on a routine training flight when they witnessed an unidentified object in the skies off the coast of Southern California, now known as Tic Tac, due to its resemblance to the mints.
It was traveling very fast and very erratically, and we couldn't anticipate which way it was going to turn, or couldn't understand how it was maneuvering the way that it was, or the propulsion system.
This official footage from the US Department of Defense, published for the first time in 2017, totally changed the debate surrounding UFOs. Reports of strange objects in the sky that were once ridiculed are now seen as having potentially serious national security implications. Leslie Kane, who broke that story, says the stigma attached was intentional.
There was actual sort of a policy to use ridicule to kind of damp the whole thing down that goes back to the 50s, and it became just part of the culture. And since then, we were just kind of left with this attitude of ridicule in the culture. We weren't hearing anything about it from our government.
Not only was that damaging to witnesses, but also, say some who spent years working inside the Pentagon, to security.
This is a mammoth intelligence failure. We haven't suffered the consequences we did in Pearl Harbor and 9/11, but the problems are precisely the same. You had a radar operator seeing Japanese bombers and fighters approaching. He didn't report it to anybody. The information didn't get up the chain. 9/11, we had CIA and FBI not talking and not sharing information. In this case, it's worse. We've got more like 10 agencies not talking and sharing information.
We travelled to Area 51, a military base deep in the Nevada desert, which, like what the US government knows about UFOs, is shrouded in secrecy. Some believe, though have no evidence, that a UFO is being reverse engineered behind the gates few have clearance to enter. Those who've been mocked for monitoring the skies here, convinced we're not alone, now feel vindicated.
The UFO community has been seeking a disclosure for 50 plus years or more, and I think this is a good step forward for the UFO community, for the government to acknowledge the existence of the phenomenon and let people know that there's something going on out there on a regular basis.
Roger.
Whatever its conclusions, for many, publication of the report alone marks an important milestone on the path to understanding these unexplained encounters. Sophie Long, BBC News, in the Nevada desert.
Fly!
Over.